Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. So today's video is a little bit different than my normal videos. Every once in a while I get the itch to sit down and just do a chit chat video and not pull out all my lights and just talk to you and tell you things I think you need to know. So that's basically what we're doing today because I get a lot of questions about the products I use on a daily basis. And honestly, I have such high standards that if I find something, of course there's hair in my mouth, if I find something I think is really good, I feel like I have to tell you, and I'm doing you a disservice if I don't. So that's basically what we're doing today because all of these products are so good. A lot of them are extremely affordable. Some of them are in like the moderate range, but these seriously will last you all day. They make my life so much easier. I swear by them. And of course I will link everything below for you. I did film myself while I was getting ready today too, so you guys will see a lot of these products in action, but I hope that you enjoy this and find it helpful. I hope it makes your life a little bit easier. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and please consider subscribing if you're new here. I would love to have you, and let's get started. Alright, so the first thing has to do with my nails. I love to have my nails done. I love to have them put together, but I hardly ever pay for a manicure or pedicure professionally. I do it myself. I have a gel manicure kit, and I know a lot of you guys are familiar with this, so I'm going to talk about this one like really fast and cut straight to the point because I don't want to be repetitive for too many people, but I still get this question constantly. So I bought it on Amazon. I will link it below. And it's the same kit a lot of salons have used on me before. There are so many videos on YouTube of how to do a gel manicure at home. I've watched a lot of them. I think I did a first impressions when I first started out with this kit. I've used it for about a year. The only two tips that you really need is less is more, so don't put on like thick coats because it expands under the light, and also don't go straight up to the nail bed on the very edges because again it expands, so it will like go higher up and farther out, but it will last you like for 2 weeks, if not a little longer. It looks so good and I'm obsessed. And also the other thing I started to use recently are these stickers. And I was sent these, you guys. I was super skeptical. I said this on Instagram if you follow me there, but it's just so good. I wanted to talk about it in a video too. So I have the leopard ones on right now, and you guys will see them like super up close in the product overlays of everything else I'm going to talk about. But I've washed my hair a couple times by now. I've washed the dishes a million times. I have like picked up the house and scrubbed things, and it's been 4 days now and they haven't even started peeling, so I'm like absolutely shocked. But they look really good, and there's like a million prints to choose from. I'm going to link some below. The only thing I'm going to tell you though is get the prints instead of the solid ones because the solid ones start to wear a little bit, but the prints, it looks perfect. I'm obsessed with these, so I really recommend those if you want to save money on your nails, or if you don't have the money to have your nails done, whatever the case is. I should say too, I know a gel manicure kit is a little bit of an investment, but it pays for itself within a few uses, so I definitely think it's worth it. I also get a ton of questions on the foundation that I use. I have scarring and hyperpigmentation and dark marks and uneven skin tone. Like, I have it all, you guys. I don't have perfect skin, and you guys tell me a lot of the times you think I do. I promise you I don't. So I wanted to share the foundations that I use. These don't have the best shade range. I wish that they did. Hopefully they will expand them eventually. But the first one is by Illuminaire, and I buy this on Amazon. There is a mattifying one, and then there is like a regular one. I think there's another one too, but I use a little bit of the mattifying, and then I would say like 30 to 40% of the mattifying, and then the rest is the regular. And that's just because I have like a combination skin type. I do get shiny and oily. If you don't, then you can just stick to the regular one. There are so many things I love about this. It's a dermatologist recommended foundation, so it isn't bad for your skin. It's not going to cause you to break out or anything like that. It lasts forever. It's super full coverage. It's not heavy. It looks really good, you guys. Like, I could go on and on about this. I do have 3 shades right here, and they do run a lot darker than the shade names say they do. Like, Fair sounds like it would be a super light shade. It's not. It's like a medium tan shade. So yeah, I wanted to mention that too, but I have Fair, and I have the Porcelain. And the Porcelain is fairly light. I do need a little bit of the porcelain because if I only have fair on, it's a little too tan for me. The other one I'm sure you've heard of, it's by IT Cosmetics. This is their CC cream, and again I have the matte one. This is not as full coverage as the Illuminaire, but it still is really good, and this is something that you can find at Ulta or a lot of stores if you don't want to buy something online. But again, it's like from Amazon, so it's a safe site to shop, obviously. And this one I wear on days that I want extremely light makeup. This is not going to hide as many imperfections as that one. That one's going to hide everything, but if it's like 100 degrees out and I'm outside all day, I'd rather have a little less coverage and a little less weight, so that's when I use this. The other, oh, I didn't grab my concealers. I have to grab my concealers, they're that good. Okay, so I do get a lot of questions on concealer too, and I'm sorry if this is repetitive and you know this, but I'm sure a lot of you don't. So I'm obsessed with like a bright under eye, a wide awake look, and it makes the biggest difference having a good concealer. These are so affordable. The one from ColourPop, I think this is $6, and then the Makeup Revolution one I'm pretty sure is $5. And the shades that I have are Fair 6 and the one from ColourPop, and then the Makeup Revolution one is CO.5. So this is like a brightening concealer, and I put it under my eyes, of course. I put it on the brow bone, which putting it on the brow bone makes a big difference. I put a little between my eyebrows, on the sides of my nose, in the center of my chin, and then on days I want to be a little bit extra and really get a chiseled look, I put it over here right above the jawbone, not like on the very bottom, but like in the middle, I would say. And I just feel like you really need concealer to kind of shape your face, you know, so it's not so flat from foundation. But those are full coverage. I've tried out so many concealers. I've tried a lot of high-end ones too, and it's so hard for me to spend like $30 on a concealer when I know those ones work as well, if not a little bit better. And then for the brightening that I use, the powder that I use to set the concealers, so it goes in the exact same places I put the concealers. It's a Becca powder, and it's called the Under Eye Brightening Setting Powder. It's a loose powder, and that one really makes a big difference for brightening because you don't want to put just like a powder foundation on where you put the concealer. It's going to take away the brightening effect. And I used to use the brightening shade in this palette from Hourglass. I still really like this palette. I still use the bronzer in this as a topper, and I use the blush in this as well on a daily basis. But I wanted to try something a little bit different for brightening those concealer spots, and that works extremely well. And I'm talking about powders. It's the last one I'm going to talk about, but I'm talking about powders because setting your face is so important if you don't want to touch up, if you don't have time to touch up, if you need a look that's going to last you all day, then you need powder. So this one is a Bare Minerals powder. The shade is Silk 14, and it's basically like a powder foundation. I use this basically in all the areas that I don't use the brightening powder. So like right here in the hollows of the cheek, right here, top of the forehead, and down here. That's where I set foundation with this powder. And again, I do think that this line also runs a little bit dark. So Silk 14 is like a medium shade, I would say. It's not a light shade. And then for mascara, again, a zillion questions on this. I am saying this for the millionth time so I can direct you guys to this video. But this is a $5 mascara, a $5 primer. You don't have to get the primer too. It is for sure. It's going to make a difference. It's going to make it even more intense, but if you just want to start out with this, then you can. So I've been using this again around a year, probably a little longer than a year. I haven't strayed away from this because it's super good. I've had a dental hygienist who was this far from my face ask me if I had eyelash extensions or false eyelashes on. Like, that is how amazing it is. It will intensify, and it doesn't start to get really heavy and spidery. It just looks really good. It makes your eyelashes super long and fans them out, and it looks like false eyelashes. I don't know what else to tell you. It's so affordable too, so it definitely is worth a try. Oh, and two tools I need to mention because, again, I feel like I'm doing you a disservice if I don't tell you this, but I seriously, if you have like a lot of imperfections like I do, unless you have pretty good skin, I recommend a brush instead of a foundation sponge, like a damp sponge. I know a lot of people swear by that, but I get so much more coverage with way less product from a brush, which means my foundations are going to last me a lot longer and it gets on and done a lot faster. So I have a few different brushes. I always go back to this $6 brush from e.l.f. and all of the black ones from e.l.f., like the handles, they're all really, really good. I have a lot of them and I'm just obsessed with them and super impressed. They are like so much better for the price than they should be, kind of thing. And then the smallest sponges, it is, I want to say a Makeup Revolution sponge, and I know that's not right. What's this? I want to say Sonia Kashuk too, and I know that's not right. I'm putting everything down below. I'm linking everything. I really wish I could think of the brand of these sponges, but they're very affordable. They are not hard. It is so similar to a beauty blender. I'm so annoyed that I can't think of the brand off the top of my head, but this is what I use, and I use it slightly damp for all of the concealer. I've used my fingers, I've used a brush, I have used a lot of different things, and I feel like this is the absolute #1 thing that you need to blend in concealer. And then for my hair, okay, I wear hair extensions. I should talk about those first. I wear the Luxie hair extensions. I've worn them for years. I do have a discount code if you guys are interested in hair extensions. Hair is so much easier to style when you have a good amount of it on your head. I have fine to medium thickness hair without them, so it's not full. It doesn't look as good to me. I don't have as much volume and body and all of the things that I want to have, and I feel like my hair, it looks so much better in a ponytail, in a braid, straight or wavy, whatever, when I have hair extensions in. So I love them. I recommend them. I've talked about them a zillion times. That's why I'm speeding through it. But I'm going to show you guys too, like how my hair looks without it and how it looks with them and styling and all of that. I pretty much do the same thing with my hair. As a lot of you guys know, it's either straight or wavy. That's basically it. And then for a blow dry spray, because my hair holds onto water like crazy, which is so strange since I don't have a lot of it, but almost every hairstylist I've ever had has said something about like, wow, how does your hair hold on to so much water? And it's annoying because that just means it takes longer. So this is by Aveda. It's called Speed of Light. It's a blow dry accelerator spray. I don't know what kind of sorcery and magic is in this bottle, but this works. It makes my hair go from wet to dry so much faster. And honestly, sometimes I spray this in and I don't even use a blow dryer and it still will dry so much faster. I don't know if there's something in here that just like will pull the water from your hair or what, but this works so well. If your hair holds onto water too, then I highly recommend this. It will take at least a couple minutes off of the blow dry routine that you do. And the last thing I have to talk about are 2 lip products. I wasn't even going to talk about these, but the reason I am talking about them is because I don't have to look in a mirror when I put these on. The only thing I touch up throughout the day is my lips. That is it. And so for an everyday product, I definitely want something that I don't feel like I have to be staring at a mirror to put on. Someone just had a landscaper show up, so if you can hear that, I'm really sorry, but I'm almost done. So I'm going to finish through this anyway. And the first one is a balm. It's the Orgasm Balm from NARS. I wouldn't say it's like a purely opaque shade, but it's like 70% opaque, I would say, for both of these. And really hydrating, really good. It looks super good on a ton of different skin tones. That one I honestly feel like is for everybody. And then the other one is a Neutrogena. This is the Hydro Boost Hydrating Lip Shine. And my favorite shade, I have a couple of them, but my favorite shade is 40. The shade name is Pink Sorbet. That is so hard for me to see. So yeah, this is a lip gloss. The other one is a lip balm. And I wear these two way more than anything else right now. Sorry, it stopped filming because I've been talking for too long, but yeah, those are the 2 products I've been using on my lips a lot lately. And the Neutrogena one, of course, is extremely affordable. I think it's like $7 or $8, and the NARS one is a little bit higher end, but very good. I don't buy high-end products for my lips hardly ever, and that one is worth it. So that is everything I wanted to say for this video. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button. Everything is linked down below for you guys in the description box. Please subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't yet, and I will see you right here in a few days in a brand new video.